she's gone, no way of ever knowing. Don't cry for me, don't cry. Here's what she'd say. Don't cry for me, don't cry. No more shopping in the hall, only empty spaces. Brand new kitchens, black and white. I feel the house is dying. And I'm inside. Now she's gone, no way of ever knowing. Don't cry for me, don't cry. Here's what she'd say. Don't cry for me, don't Every time I think of you, I just break down. I miss you more than I ever could Here's what she'd say. She said, don't cry. Don't cry for me, don't cry. Here's what she'd say. Don't cry for me, don't cry. Oh no, don't cry for me, don't cry. She said, don't
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another live stream Saturday. And that video that we started with, it was not only requested over on Patreon, but it's very apt because it is my sister's birthday today, or it was my sister's birthday yesterday, because technically, yeah, we're into Wednesday now. But yeah, earlier today I was with my sister. We had a family meal, kind of a family meal. We went to Pizza Express, so we're eating pizza with my nephews, yeah, and my sister. So yeah, a big happy birthday to my sister. And it's a bit of a birthday theme tonight because we've also got a shout out that I was asked to do, I think at the end of last month. And I did say in response to the particular email to remind me before, February the 11th, because, otherwise I might forget. And this is why we started a couple of minutes late on tonight's live stream, because I was making sure that I got the details from this email. And this was sent to me by Alex, and Alex's mum, Teresa, has a birthday. I won't say her age, but Alex wants to wish Teresa a fantastic birthday, and this is why I'm mentioning it on tonight's live stream, because Teresa does tune in, and Teresa is in Red Deer, Alberta, Canada. So a big hello to Canada and Alberta, and Teresa, I hope you have a fantastic birthday, and that the day is everything that you hope it will be, or that you hope it was. I'm not sure what the time is in Canada, but maybe you're a little bit behind the UK. Maybe it is still the day before, so it's still Saturday. So I hope that you're living it up, and thank you, Alex, for that email. And of course, this is the thing about the live streams, I can interact with you guys in a live setting, and we can mention about birthdays and shout outs and all that kind of thing. Mentioning shout outs, there's another one that I need to give to Tammy and Susan and Dennis, and this is from Carla, just to say a big thank you to you guys for making the merchandise thing recently a reality, making it easier for Carla to really get everything going in the merchandise kind of realm. And the tumblers, the glow-in-the-dark tumblers, to do with all of that stuff. Anyway, so a big shout out, to Tammy and Susan and Dennis for helping with that. Carla says a big thank you. We also have, I can see Carla says that it's Lynn Dow's birthday today as well. So, Lynn, have a fantastic day. So that's 3 birthdays we've got today. I'm going to have to remember that, February the 11th is all kicking off. Everybody's got a birthday on the same day, which is great. And it just so happens that it coincides with my sister's birthday. So yes, Lynn, have a fantastic day as well. And just while I'm mentioning things and the notes that I've made on this little Word document I've got in front of me, later on, we will, I tell you what, we'll start it tonight. We will give away a glow-in-the-dark tumbler because Connie bought 3 for, the reason of having them to give away. So a big thank you to Connie for doing that. So she purchased 3 extra tumblers, which means that we can give 3 away in the live streams and on the pick roulette. So we'll have an extra spin tonight and somebody will be going away with one of those, which is great. Right, I think that's all of these shout outs that I've got to do at the beginning of, maybe I've missed one, I do not know, but I mean, getting everything organised as usual on these live streams for me is a bit of a challenge, and I always leave it a little bit too late to get everything. Well, I don't leave it too late, I just always run out of time because there's always an extra thing that I have to do. And I remembered that we have hit 290,000 subscribers, so I did just quickly change that actually after we went live. I quickly typed that in so that we could have this coming up on screen. I was just making sure that it did actually update and that I didn't imagine it. So yeah, 290,000 subscribers on the channel, which is crazy. And thank you everyone for subscribing, hitting that thumbs up and all of that cool stuff. And as I always say, we will keep on pushing forward, see where we end up with everything. But certainly 290,000 is a great number to have hit so far. And I know that there have been a couple of donations, and the first that I can see on my screen came in from Paul, and this was at 10:40 this morning for $5, and Paul does mention 290,000 subscribers. Awesome, spike those likes, all y'all, everyone have fun tonight, let's enjoy this happy place. Shout out to Orlando OSK, and that's Orlando's sidekick, Paul, of course. So thank you for that. And Anna donated $20 as well. Thank you for that, Anna. And the message was, good evening, Phil and Wingers. Wanted to say hello to you all since I can't be there due to a neck injury. Love to everyone. I think that says I might have to scroll. Oh, love and hugs to everyone. So thank you for that, Anna. Right, I wonder whether I'm going to have to move things around a little bit to see these messages, because I might miss them if I have to scroll across every time. So let me move this across here. Right, let me get you guys up on screen, because I haven't done that yet. There we go. So, hello, you guys in the live chat room. We have Alison, Steve, Linda, Tom. Can see Bev is there as well. Bob, Linda, Tom, I think I've said Tracy, Tammy, Big B8, is that Joni? Get some J, Marta, Frank, Dwayne, hello, thank you for joining me tonight. And it's always a bit of a struggle to keep an eye on all of the names as they go through the screen, because they're quite small on my screen as well. But let me get the names of my patrons up as well, because they make this all possible in the first place. I say that they are the foundation of everything that I do, and they most certainly are. So a big shout out to these lovely people at the bottom of the screen. What else have we got to get up on screen? The lights goal, which is set tonight at 365. So another large target for a Saturday night live stream. It's certainly starting to creep up there. So if you can leave a thumbs up as you come through the door, that would be fantastic and massively appreciated, so that we can have a pick roulette next Saturday. We will be having one tonight because we did hit the target last Saturday. So yeah, stay tuned for that. We just have one picture that we're going to be looking at tonight. We have the vote going on in the live chat room at the top of that. And this is between Broken Wings and You Know My Name. And I can see that it's 50-50 at the moment, but You Know My Name has got 50 point something. It's currently in the lead. And this time it is going to work. On the last live stream, I seem to remember that did it win the vote and then it didn't work? That might have been the case. So we'll have a look. We'll see. I mean, if Broken Wings wins tonight, then we won't see You Know My Name until maybe the next live stream. Who knows? But yeah, have your vote at the top of the live chat room. And don't worry, if it does land on You Know My Name, then we will be watching that later, because I tested it before the live stream. And it was the fact that the file was on a hard drive that wasn't connected to my computer at the time. So that means that the computer was trying to find the file, but it couldn't find the file. I thought maybe the software I used did a copy of the file and played it from there, because that would make more sense. But it doesn't. It goes to the directory where the video is. So even if you remove the video or you remove the hard drive, the software, you then can't play it at all because it has to go and find it on the hard drive. But anyway, yeah, I've reconnected the hard drive. It's all fine. So if it wins tonight, we will be watching it. Right. I've already mentioned those donations that came through before we went live, so thank you guys for those. As I always say, you don't have to donate. Just watching the live stream is fantastic, and maybe just, you know, saying hello in the live chat room, maybe hitting the thumbs up, helping us to get a little bit closer to the likes goal. We're at 237. It just moved over as I brought that up on screen. So yeah, the likeometer, somebody just did a double click. I think we went back to 236. So oh, and then 241. So who knows what's happening? A bit of a spike of the likes going on. So thank you everyone for hitting that thumbs up. Actually, 241, and we're aiming for 365. So that means we're looking for, what, 123? Again, random number that's popped into my head. 121, 119. I don't know whether these are correct numbers that I'm saying, but sometimes it pops into my head and I say the numbers and they're either right or they're wrong. But I feel like sometimes when I say the number quickly or it pops into my head, more often than not it's correct. It's when I try and figure it out that it all goes wrong. So yeah, 253 likes, and if we're aiming for 365, that means we're looking for 112. Or 110 now, and 109 now. Anyway, we're not going to go through the whole live stream just doing that, but hopefully those numbers are correct. Anyway, it just means we're looking for a few more people to get involved in the live chat room and hit that thumbs up. We will see how close we get tonight if we do indeed hit that goal. It's looking good so far. 18 minutes past midnight and at 260 already, so 105 we are looking for. Right, let's get into, I was going to say the donations, because I want to show the, you don't have to donate, as I always say, but if you can't resist, the donations tab is up on screen. And between 35 and 45% goes to YouTube through the Super Chat window, and between 3 and 5% goes to PayPal if you do things through PayPal. And there is a PayPal link in the description below. While I'm mentioning about the description below, there is a link to the spring.com store as well, where you can get all of the merchandise such as the Wings of Pegasus mugs if you want to get your hands on one of these, or the hoodies, t-shirts, caps, tumblers. I'm trying to think what else is on there. Lots of stuff. If you have the tray underneath this video, you can click on anything in the tray, but if you don't have one of those, then yeah, the link is in the description below. You can get yourselves merched up for the live streams. There is merchandise also at wingsofpegasus.com, and then we've got Wings of Pegasus picks as well, if you want to grab some picks if you're a guitarist yourselves, or if you just like to collect picks, then you can grab some of those. And we have Carla's merchandise over there, which are the necklaces, earrings, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, head over to wingsofpegasus.com/merch for that. Right, and I can see Bella says CDs too. So yeah, CDs, my album, that's all over on the website as well, wingsofpegasus.com/music for that. But if you just go to wingsofpegasus.com, you'll be able to find everything there, whatever you're looking for. The other thing is that here in the UK, I've mentioned this on Patreon, but I did say that I'd remember, and I have, amazingly, remembered to mention it on the live streams, that any CD orders that have happened recently, I'd say probably within the last week or even couple of weeks, they're going to be delayed because Royal Mail, who in charge of the mail here in the UK, they have had some kind of problem with their website, it being hacked or something. So it means that we're unable to send anything abroad, or at least we can send things overseas, but I have to go on the internet and fill out a form and write out, where it's going to be sent to, and you've got to do it all manually rather than just taking it to the post office and sending it. So it's going to take me a little bit longer to get through the CD orders, but yeah, I will be getting through those as soon as possible. So if you have ordered a CD within the last week or two and it hasn't arrived yet, don't worry, I have received the orders, but I'm just waiting for Royal Mail to sort themselves out, and then I'll send them as soon as I can do. So that's the notice for the CDs, but yeah, you can head over to wingspaces.com for all of that stuff, or the spring.com site in the description below for all of the clothing, the merch, tumblers, and that kind of stuff. Right, I think that is everything addressed that I was meaning to bring up. And big shout out to the moderators. I just saw Susan and Dennis going through that live chat room, so yeah, a big thank you to just scratching my head, and a bit of hair has just decided to poke out, and I can actually see it in I'm just gonna leave it there. It just does it does whatever it wants to do. Anyway, yeah, big shout out to the moderators for doing such a fantastic job in the live chat room and for keeping that community feel going. So anyway, I can see, that little bit of hair now, I don't know if you guys can see it if you're watching in high definition or anything, but there's a bit of hair that's just sticking out, and I'm actually proud of the rest of my hair. So anyway, we will move on with it. And the thing is, with my hair, it's really difficult to actually find whereabouts that bit of hair is, and I think I got it right. Anyway, let's move on. That would have annoyed me for the whole live stream, so hopefully it won't just stick out again. Enough hair talk. I can see that there's been another donation in the super chat window, but never fear, I will be addressing the PayPal donations as well. As you guys know, I like to address all of the donations no matter when they happen. And we had one that was at 21 past 9 earlier this evening. So yeah, we're relatively up to date with these. Tammy donated £10, so thank you for that, Tammy. And the message was, hi Phil, if you can have your fans remember one thing about you, what would it be? Okay, well, maybe what time I live stream. So, and probably to do the calculations with the time zones and all that kind of stuff, because, a lot of people do ask, and they do message saying, hello, and even though it's not live, they're saying hello, expecting me to be able to see it, but yeah, it's 12 midnight Greenwich Mean Time. So, that's kind of a practical thing to remember about me, and I can't think of anything really that I'd want people to remember about me. Maybe when I release my videos as well, so that people can see them. I do not know. So anyway, yeah, that would be it. I don't think there's anything really important to remember about me, really, other than those kinds of things. To know that, yeah, I'm on Patreon as well, so you can message me directly over there if you want to. And I don't know whether this is referring to maybe if I died or something and I want people to remember one thing about me. I'm not sure. I haven't really thought about that, to be honest. I'm hoping that maybe I'll be able to go on for a little bit longer, fingers crossed. If I am allowed a few more years, I'll be very happy about that. But thank you for that, Tammy. And I'm going to just go on to the next donation that I can see has come through on PayPal from Karen as well, which is for £15. Thank you for that, Karen. And I'm just checking because that is a straight up donation without a message attached to it. But thank you for that, Karen. And Steve has donated as well. Oh, just while I remember about... I can see that, Steve's asking and has donated £5. Thank you for that, Steve. But the message is, and Steve usually asks about bands and guitars and all that kind of stuff. The message is, what are some of the best additions to our music that have been borrowed or taken from other cultures? So thank you for that, Steve. But just to address the thing that I was reminded of, there's been maybe a little bit of confusion on the Wings of Pegasus supporters group with, I think Vince has posted a video there of Vince performing with his band, and that's not Wings of Pegasus. There's nothing to do with the Wings of Pegasus, and that's on the supporters group page. I think some people maybe have seen Wings of Pegasus and gone onto that, thinking that it's me or that I'm playing in that particular video, but that's not the case. That's a post from Vince over there. And there is a Wings of Pegasus Facebook page, but I don't really keep that up to date. And I might address that more in the future about posting videos to there, or maybe getting some help with the Facebook page, just to clear up any confusion between anything that you see on the supporters page that it isn't actually linked to me. I'm not in control of that page, so I'm not posting to it. So if you see any performance videos of bands and that kind of stuff, it's nothing really to do with me, and I'm not affiliated with other bands or collaborating and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, just to clear that up about the supporters page, and then the Wings of Pegasus Facebook page, which is just literally Wings of Pegasus. But if you want to join in on that supporters page, then type in Wings of Pegasus supporters group, and you'll be able to get joined in there. So anyway, just to clear that up, right? Yes, but Steve, mentioning about now, what are some of the best additions to our music that have been borrowed or taken from other cultures? And I don't know, I think that everyone has so many different influences that you can't really, that there isn't kind of one genre of music that I think one kind of culture plays. I mean, everybody's influenced by so many different cultures, and I would go back, all the way back to the old time blues players that inspired so many bands in the 60s and the whole British invasion that happened. It came from that old time blues, but that's very much just going back to original players of a particular type of music, a particular sound, and then you can take that all the way back to gospel and soul and R&B, and there's so many different styles and genres of music and so many different cultures that kind of overlapped, and one might have heard what the other one was doing, and then you start to incorporate that. And it's just something that I think is just the human condition, that we're all human. We all have particular sounds and melodies that we like, and whenever we hear that, we then tend to copy it, and that then becomes part of another kind of music, and it moves to different locations. And this is the other thing about music, it moves from not only a culture, it moves from one place to another place, because somebody might travel to that particular part of the country. So, I mean, USA is a great example of this, because the USA is huge, whereas the UK is a relatively small place. But especially when you're talking about breaking it up to now England and Wales and Scotland and Ireland, it's a very small place, so the music can spread a little bit more easily. But over in the USA, back in the day, before we're talking about now when we have planes and we can travel everywhere and it's a lot easier. Before that, it was literally a case of you had to go to a particular place to then hear the kind of music that was being played, and then those artists that heard, generally it would be musicians who are moving around and just trying to get their music out to more people. They would hear, particular places where they think, wow, I love this kind of music that's being played there, and then they would play that music and kind of be influenced by it and take it to another place. And then obviously everyone in that place then thought, oh, I really like that kind of music. So, and this happened all over the place, where you'd get, different types of music that were, it's just branching off into different areas. And, somebody might travel to a place, and then the people who are playing in that place hear this person's music and think, oh, I really like that. And there's so much that that happened with guitar playing and guitar technique that came about from that exact thing, that somebody would hear someone play. I mean, just going to watch a particular person play, and they would see them doing something on the guitar that they would then try and work out and get good at that particular technique. And then another person saw that person play, and this just the way that technique spread, and playing fingerstyle, and playing an alternative bass line or simultaneous bass line to playing fingerstyle. So all these kinds of techniques then really did start to take off. But I'm talking about way back in the day. But I think that you're saying what are the best editions. I don't think you can really say that there's anything that was the best or was worse, because it's just all subjective. And I think just it's just the human condition. And I think that one particular culture is exactly the same as another culture. You might have different styles of music. You might have different kinds of ways of playing, but in the end, it's just all subjective. There are people that, might have grown up and they've never heard a particular kind of music, but then they hear it and think, oh, I love that. And it might not be from their culture, but they're drawn to it because of the human condition, because that's the great thing about music. It brings everyone together, and you might end up loving a particular style of music from a particular place that you've never heard before, but for some reason it hits a chord with you. And that's the great thing. It brings everyone together. And I think it's, not that we're going to get into that on this live stream, or probably any live stream, because it'll just go on for years, but trying to explain what music is, why we connect to it, and why it doesn't really matter about your background or even where you're from. It doesn't matter what you have in your background. There'll be something that you connect to, and somebody else with a totally different background from probably a totally different place, maybe even a different country, they will connect to that same bit of music. But why is that? Why are we connecting as humans to this sound? And it brings everyone together. And I've mentioned that about music before, that there'll be fans of bands, and everyone who's a fan of that band, there's no conflict there. You've got that mutual appreciation for that particular sound. And I think that's, music's one of the very few things in the world that actually allows that to happen. I've mentioned about sport, how you have this rivalry between teams, but you don't have that in music. The fans of bands are just fans of bands. You can get the fans of the bands from loads of different countries, put them all together, and they will still come together, listen to the music and enjoy it, rather than thinking, oh, you're from a different country, so, I don't like you. I think it's all a bit crazy, in my opinion, to even have that opinion in the first place. We're all on the same planet, it's all the same Earth, and we are all humans. We're all the same race. But anyway, thank you for that, Steve. And let me move over to Kim's donation, who has donated £10. So thank you for that, Kim. And that is a straight up donation. And Ed has donated £20 as well. So thank you for that, Ed. And yes, that is a straight up donation as well. I can see that Nalita has donated $10. Thank you for that, Nalita. And the message is, what makes a song or singer or both totally unforgettable for you? So thank you for that. And I mean, generally it's going to be it's pretty much the same across the board, no matter what you're listening to. Listening to somebody who has great technical ability but pairs it with melody, and something that's memorable and something that's expressive. I think if you get an artist that has those elements, then you don't forget them, because everything that they do is memorable in a melodic way. So I'm talking about here, compositionally, having hooks in your songs, having things that are catchy. These are the things that make an artist unforgettable. So yeah, that's what always stands out to me. And it's a huge thing. To actually pair these things together, because there are loads of great musicians, instrumentalists, singers who have great technical ability. So, for example, on the guitar, they might be able to play lots and lots of notes very quickly. But, and I see this thing, all the time, unfortunately, but when it comes to playing slowly and expressively, with expression, they don't have the control and the vibrato. And I actually see loads of guitar players, there are millions of guitar players who have worked at alternate picking, sweep picking, and playing really fast. But then when they go into giving a note vibrato and getting it to sing, they can't do that part. So, for me, that's the one bit that I always listen for is the guitar singing. And when you're playing lots of notes continuously, really quickly as well, a human voice doesn't do that. So my favourite guitarists of all time, and those that I am impressed by, are those that can get the guitar to sing. So this is it. It's pairing technical ability with melody, and that's a huge thing as well. Just playing, I'm talking about guitar here, but playing guitar lines that are melodic, that are like a lead vocal, just somebody extemporizing with their voice. I mean, that's kind of what I like lead guitar to sound like, just my personal preference. Everyone's different, but that's just, what is nice to my ears. I like to hear a great lead vocal and then a great lead guitar solo that is a voice in itself, so that it's telling a story, it's taking you on a journey, and it's not kind of hitting you all the time with lots of notes and it's kind of too much information to process. Sometimes you do want to throw together faster passages and mix it up a bit with your lead guitar solos, but it's got to sing. It's got to have that connection in there. So that's what makes, for me, a great guitar solo, a great singer, unforgettable, pairing technical ability with melody, and putting that all in a composition so that it just kind of sticks in your mind. So that is it. I mean, you can probably add into this, if we're talking about live performance, you can put in there, putting on a great show, but maybe having a particular look, maybe an image about a band. There are plenty of bands and artists who made the stage show a huge part of what they did as well. So if you can start rolling all of that in together, then you start talking about the very famous, very big artists of all time who put on a show, had the technical ability, had the ability to write great songs because they paired their technical ability with melody. So once you can get those 4 elements, then you're pretty much laughing if you can do that. So anyway, thank you for that, Nalita. Right, we are we are looking into that lycometer, and it is pretty close to 33 more, I think. 33 more likes we're looking for to get to our Pick Roulette likes goal for tonight's live stream. So if you can hit that thumbs up, it'll be massively appreciated. We're looking for a few more people in order to get that Pick Roulette for next Saturday. We will be having another one of those tonight. And Broken Wings has 51% of the vote, so we'll be looking at that probably relatively soon. It's approaching 20 to 1 here in the morning in the UK. So technically we are Wednesday morning here, but we usually look, I kind of lose track of when we look at the cover videos, but maybe it's about 10 to 1, something like that. So we've got about 10 minutes to go. Anyway, there is something that I've been wondering about I haven't been wondering about walking. Wondering about mentally this. Oh, and look at this. I'm just going to press enter on my keyboard because I was supposed to write howdy y'all at the beginning of the live stream, but because I was typing and you're doing the subscriber count and everything, I forgot to press enter, but I did write the message. So that's about to go through the live chat room. And me just saying, howdy y'all. You can see, there we go. So I was supposed to do that at the beginning of the live stream, but I forgot to do it. Never mind. But what I was... Oh, Steve says, hi Phil. So hello Steve. Yeah, I was a little bit late doing the howdy y'all. What I was wondering about is... when I do the starter poll, so I set that up at the beginning of the live stream for you guys to vote for the cover video. There's a start a Q&A, answer viewer questions live. And I've never clicked on this, and I don't know whether I should click on this or not, because I don't know whether it then replaces the poll at the top of the live chat room. So I don't know whether I should do this or not, because I kind of feel like I want to click on it to see what happens if we start a Q&A. So I'm going to do it and see. Fingers crossed. I mean, the vote at the moment is Broken Wings. So maybe if it just ends everything, then we'll jump into the Broken Wings cover video after this. But I want to click on this. I'm going to click on it and see what happens. So I'm clicking on it. Oh, it says... Wings of Pegasus Q&A. Say something. Okay, I'm going to say, ask me a question. Y'all. Exclamation mark. Start Q&A. Uh-oh. I don't know what's happened. I don't know what's happened. Okay, right. It's just, this is what happens live. We just... oh, what have I done? So, the live chat room's now disappeared. So, apologies about that. Let me maybe refresh the screen and see if we can bring everything back or not. I can see that Jeanette has just done a super chat donation. So, thank you for that, Jeanette. I can see that. But let me refresh this. Maybe we'll get into the live chat room or not. Maybe I've just ruined everything. I don't know. And hopefully, fingers crossed, you can still see me. I'm not sure what I've actually done here. Have I actually stopped the whole live stream by clicking on the Q&A? This could be an absolute disaster because my screen is not refreshing. Everything's now... it looks like we've had to totally do a reboot or something on the live stream. Let me know in... the live chat room if you can still see me and hear me or whether I've ruined everything. I don't know. So I can now see the live chat room. It's on screen. It now says welcome to live chat. So it started all again. I don't know whether you could see me while that was all kicking off. But now at the top of the screen. Okay, Carla says we see you. Right. So yeah, maybe in the future I shouldn't click on that again. But... what happens if I click on it? Ask me a question, y'all. And then it just says end Q&A. So I don't know what happens with that. Maybe you just write in the live chat room and then I have to try and find the questions in there. I don't know. So maybe if you guys click on the Q&A up at the top, and I don't know whether you can type something in. This is all just on the fly. And I'm just going to wait and see. So Susan and Deda say, we see you. And Kim says the entire time we saw you. Okay, so it didn't disconnect. It rebooted everything on my screen. And I don't know if you guys can click on Q&A, ask me a question, y'all. Then you can do that. If it's just something that is at the top of the live chat room and it isn't actually going to show me a question anywhere, then we'll just keep on pushing forward with the live stream as we normally do. So, Marta says, I can see you, and the choice to ask a question is still there. So, somebody... oh, we cannot click the box and enter. Oh, okay, so it just says at the top. Effectively, it's just like me writing on the screen what I can say here if I ask people to ask me a question. So, yeah, it doesn't really do... oh, Motown Girl 22 says... clicked on the I answered something. So I don't know what's going on there. Let me click on that. What happens if... okay, Vincent says, check it. I sent you a message. Okay, I can't see anything on the screen. So let me see. If I click on that and go to... oh, okay, this might reboot the whole thing again. I'm going to click on End Q&A. And what does it say here? This will remove all questions in the question list. There aren't any questions in the question list. So, yeah. This is obviously something that doesn't work on the live streams. There we go. We've done an experiment. And I don't get to see the questions anywhere. And they're not popping up anywhere. They're not in the live chat room. There's not an extra segment for me to read them. So, yeah, unfortunately that didn't work. Let me just confirm the end of that. And it now it's just showing at the top just the vote, and it says that Broken Wings has 52% of the vote. So yeah, Susan and Dennis says the Q&A box works. I was able to ask a question there, but unfortunately I don't get to see the questions. So whatever you're sending to me, there's no box anywhere that is showing me the questions or how to access the questions or showing me the questions. So yeah, thank you for your questions, but it's a feature that doesn't work. They don't actually show up anywhere. Anyway, thank you, Jeanette, for that donation for $19.99. And I can see that this is one of those super chat donations that's like the first ever one. So thank you for that. And the message is, hi, my mum, Carol, has your live stream on in our living room. It's something we both like, which is rare. Laugh out loud. Hi, Mom. So thank you for that, Jeanette. And hello, Carol, as well. And apparently I'm in your living room at the moment. So, yeah, I hope that I don't bring anything or bring a downer to that living room. Maybe you're watching it on the TV. I don't know. Some people watch this on a PC or tablet, on your phone. There's so many ways of watching it. But maybe if I'm in the living room, maybe it's on a TV, because I know that you can get apps on TV nowadays. This reminds me of obviously my TV, but back in the day when you used to watch TV, you turned the on button and then you could watch TV. Now, when you turn on the TV, obviously you use a remote, but you turn on the TV and then it says an update is available for your television or for your TV. But I just want to watch TV. I don't want to have to update it. So I always kind of skip it. But then it keeps popping up every time. There's an update available for your TV. And I know what it's doing. It's updating the apps on the TV. And, then you have to click a license agreement and click I agree to the license user agreement. And I just want to watch TV. Why am I having to go through all of these menus? So yeah, that's the one thing about, smart TVs. How back in the day, a TV was just a TV, but now a TV does so much that you have to update it all the time, and you can't actually watch TV anymore because it has to update. And that's pretty much the case with everything. It has to update just when you want to use it for what you've bought it for, but you can't. You've got to wait for it to do its thing, and then 10 minutes later you can now finally watch TV. But anyway, that just reminded me, Jeanette and Carol, thank you for watching me in your living room. It is much appreciated for tuning in and joining me on the live streams. Right, so yes, that whole Q&A thing didn't really work. We are going to be jumping into, I tell you what, we'll watch the cover video. It looks like it's going to be Broken Wings, so we're not going to be watching You Know My Name, which is the other one, but I did set it up, so it would have worked had we had it, but it seems like Broken Wings is going to be the one to win for tonight. Let me just click on this and end the poll to make sure that it's going to be there. I can see that Joe said, I watch it on a smart TV, but there seems to be a delay from watching on phone. So thank you for that bit of information, Joe. This is the thing, I think, with, depending on where you are, there's a bit of a delay. Sometimes maybe even 20 seconds or 30 seconds delay from what I say to then some people seeing them. And then some people said that I had a delay. But I thought, well, that's impossible because I'm talking now. So as I talk, it's got to be going out from here, or maybe just the feed is delayed. Obviously, I'm saying this live. I am talking live. So it's about, it is literally, as soon as you can get it, is me now here in this room. But maybe then the live feed goes out and is delayed. And maybe Oh, I might understand what you mean. That I'm doing this or talking. The talking is then being shown to me with a delay, so that when I look at the screen to see if anybody's there, it's something that's already happened and you can see it as it is in real time, but I'm looking at it maybe with that 20-second delay, something like that. It kind of makes sense to me, maybe, to think that the feed that I'm looking at is delayed. And I mean, it is. When I'm looking at myself on the screen, I'm doing lots of hand gesturing when I'm not actually doing it, but I do have the live feed. That's where it's, I mean, the literally live now feed on my screen. So that's where it gets a little bit confusing, because there's two different feeds, and the one that I'm looking at is the one that is actually live. And I can see that it's 379 likes, but this is it on the screen. That's taking it from the feed from YouTube. So I'm starting to understand it now. On my live feed, on my screen, I'm seeing something that might be in the past. On YouTube, it might take 20 seconds or so to get to that likeometer over there. So anyway, I just had something, I don't know, this has got to be something that happens regularly. I had these really nice biscuits that I have discovered. I'm getting a little bit sidetracked here, but I have these really nice biscuits that I've discovered at my local store that are butter shortbread fruit biscuits. So it's got like raisins in there. I think it's got something else, maybe apricot. But they are really nice, and it's got like a little bit of oats in there. The reason I'm mentioning this is that I think I just had a bit of oats that has been hiding in my teeth, you know, since having a biscuit, you know, a couple of hours ago. And it just decided to say, oh, I'm going to just break free and be in your mouth. So I had a little bit of oat there, just, you know, a tiny bit. So technically I've been eating during the live stream, which is good because I'm always hungry during the live streams, because the dinner that I had, because I had effectively a pizza for breakfast, because it's my sister's birthday and I went to bed very late, and then, you know, tried to get a little bit of sleep. I don't know how much sleep I got, maybe an hour or two, and then had to get up in the morning. But because everyone in my family gets up quite early, it meant that by the time it was 12 it was time for pizza. So for me, you know, I obviously had to get everything sorted, get my sister's card ready, and make sure that everything was remembered for going around to my sister's house. By the time I got there, we then went straight to the restaurant, so it meant effectively I hadn't eaten anything, so my breakfast was pizza. Anyway, long story short, I then just had, a very small kind of scrambled egg thing for dinner, because I already had a pizza for breakfast, technically, and it just meant that, I had that in the usual time, and I'm really hungry. Had a little bit of oats there, but I'm really hungry throughout the live streams, so I will be having a snack after this. Anyway, maybe I could, dive into one of those biscuits again, because they are very nice, maybe with a cup of tea. Let's stop talking about food and move into, let's actually have the cover video. Why did I get sidetracked talking about biscuits? Oh, it's just because I had that in my mouth. Right. Anyway, let's jump into this. Broken Wings, my version of the Mr. Classic. I hope you guys enjoy it. Thank you for even requesting this. And you know my name over on Patreon. I'll see you guys after. Rock!
Don't understand why we can't just hold on to each other's hands. This time may be the last, I fear, unless I make it all too clear. I need you so. That's all I know, that you're half of the flesh and blood that makes me whole. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. So take these broken wings and learn to fly again. Learn to live so free. And when we hear the voices sing, the book of love will open up and let us in. Take these broken wings. You got to learn to fly, learn to live and love so free. And when we hear the voices sing, the book of love will open up for us and let us in. Yeah,
And there we have it. That was my version of Broken Wings. I hope you guys enjoyed that one. And I think the camera's a little bit weird tonight, because is it me or is it light but still somehow high contrast? Because my top looks really black, my hair looks really black. Wow, I don't know what's going on with the camera tonight, but it seems to be a little bit random with the live streams, because it still looks like it's light with my hands and my face. Anyway, let's move on with tonight's live stream. I can see that we have hit the Pig Roulette Lights goal, so thank you guys everyone for hitting that thumbs up. And it means we will be having a Pig Roulette next week, next Saturday, but have a little bit of patience before you enter in for it, because we have to have our Pig Roulette for tonight, and then the entries for next week opens up after that. So we have a picture to get through first, and yeah, I'm looking at the camera. There's definitely something weird going on. So anyway, let's get the background up on screen, because this picture that we have to look at was sent through by Carla, so thank you for sending me this one. And let me go to the right section so that I can find it. It is from Cindy with an I. So this is Cindy's picture of not only the new batch of the glow-in-the-dark tumblers on the right-hand side, obviously, but we've got some rock horns candles going on, or candle holder going on. So thank you for that, Cindy with an I. And yeah, if you've got any pictures that you want to send my way, or upload to the Wings of Pegasus supporters group over on Facebook, then you can do any tumblers, any merchandise, all that kind of stuff, and then I can show it on the live streams. But thank you for that one, Cindy. And that is the picture for tonight. We are going to be jumping into the Pick Roulette now, and hopefully I always forget to pick a top tip, but this is the thing about the live streams, they do go very quickly. So if somebody wants to be the top tip in the Pick Roulette, just let me know in the live chat room. I'll keep an eye on the live chat room to see if anybody wants to sacrifice themselves, because the top tip has never won. But we will see. Let's jump into the Pick Roulette now, and I'll see you guys in a second. Rock! So let's get the wheel up on screen, and we don't have... Oh, there we go. It was on the wrong one. That was the T-shirt roulette wheel. So the T-shirt roulette we have if we land on one of these darker segments on the wheel, and if we land on a name, then somebody wins the signed Wings of Pegasus pick. And Christine Pacific says pick me. So Christine Pacific, Right, is the top tip for tonight. I was just making a note of that on my Word document rather than just saying it really slowly. So, yeah, we're going to give the wheel a spin, and then I did say at the beginning of the live stream that we'll start the spin for the tumbler that Connie has donated 3 of these to the Pick Roulette. So, I don't know whether we'll just do this randomly in the future. Maybe we will do, so that, you know, there's even more reason to get your name on that Pick Roulette wheel, because you could go away with a glow-in-the-dark tumbler. So we're going to spin the wheel, and first of all, if we land on a name, you're going to win the Wings of Pegasus side pick. But we're going to spin the wheel again, and then the name that we land on gets a tumbler. Right, let's give the wheel a spin without further ado. Right. I always say double your chances of winning by tuning in on a Tuesday and a Saturday, because that's when we live stream 12 midnight Greenwich Mean Time as always. And I can see Christine says, I won't win for sure. Joe says, pick me or I'll stop sending you backing tracks. Joke. So thank you for that. Joe, we are slowing down. Right, where are we? And I can't see Christine's name anywhere at the moment. But it's either Mimi or Teresa, and it is Teresa who is the winner tonight. So congratulations to you. If you can let yourself be known to Carla in the live chat room, that would be much appreciated, so that she can organise everything that she needs to with you to get your details and get that signed Wings of Pegasus pick sent off to you. Right, let's have a bit of a refresh and a randomisation. We are going back to the wheel. So this is now for the Wings of Pegasus glow-in-the-dark tumbler, courtesy of Connie. So let's give the wheel a spin and see who's going to be going away with this. And I think this is the first time we've ever had a tumbler available on the Pick Roulette wheel. So this is going to be a little bit of history here. And I think if we land on a t-shirt, then we're just going to have to spin it again, because I think, I think we're between t-shirts here, so we might be okay. I can see Joe is coming up, but I think we're going past Joe, Donna Leah, Pascal, maybe. Is it going to get us? Yes, it has got as far as Pascal. So congratulations to you. You have won the Wings of Pegasus tumbler, which glows in the dark. And I always say you have to be in it to win it. So Pascal, or I hope that I'm saying your name correctly. I'm just reading it as Pascal. But hopefully you are in the live chat room, because you have to be in it to win it. If you're not in there, then yeah, unfortunately it will roll over to the next Pick Roulette, and it will be available to somebody else in that live chat room. So yes, if you can let yourself be known to Carla in that live chat room, that would be much appreciated, so that you can claim that glow-in-the-dark tumbler. I'm having a little look into the live chat room, and I can't see Pascal's name going through anyway yet. There's a lot of congratulations going through, but I haven't seen the username going through yet. So hopefully you are in there in the live chat room. But like I said, unfortunately, if you're not in there, then it will roll over, and we'll give that to somebody else in the forthcoming live streams. Right, let's get everything back off the screen, because it's taking a little bit of time to get rid of that, but we are going to be, and there is Pascal. I can see that Pascal says at Carlsy Murray, or Carlsy, so make sure that you tag, I think Carla can see that in the live chat room now, even though it won't necessarily tag Carla, because it's Carla and not Carl Z, but hopefully that's all worked out in the live chat room. So great, we are going to be jumping into now we're not jumping into the entries for next week's Pick Roulette. So if you want to get your name on the Pick Roulette wheel for next week, then jump into that comment section, into that live chat room, and type at Carla, and not Carl Z, but quite a good nickname, Carl Z, Carla Murray, and then type I agree, like that. And it's going to be going through the live chat room. Just copy what I've done, but also copy what everybody else is about to do in that live chat room, because if this is your first live stream, just copy everybody else. And make sure that you introduce yourself at some point throughout the live stream. Everyone will say hello, and we'll get to know each other. And that's just how these things work. We get used to each other's usernames and see, yeah, the usual suspects going through the live chat room. And here we have lots of at Carla Murray's and lots of I agrees. So copy what everyone's doing here. Right, 7 minutes past 1. We are going to be jumping into the Phil Jam. And I think, let me get over to the Patreon messages over there, because and Carol donated $19.99. Thank you for that, Carol. And the message was, just a reminder, Phil, we only allow the very best on our TV in our living room. That way we can see you life size. So thank you for that, Carol. And I mean, life size, that's going to be quite a big TV that you've got, but I guess how much is probably like what yeah, that's going to be a big TV, maybe 40-inch screen, maybe could get me almost kind of life size. But yeah, thank you for allowing me on the TV, considering that you only allow the very best. So thank you for that, Carol, and for clearing it up. Right, yeah, let me get back into this. Right, with the backing tracks, we've got one more of the ballads to get through, and that's the one that we're on is one that's really short, I think. So it means it's only going to go on for, I don't know, I think a couple of minutes, Joe said. And the next one is an 80s hard rock. Then we're getting into 80s hard rock. We've got a few that are in that section, which is great. So we've worked our way through the jazz fusion style, the prog rock, and the ballads. Last one, the ballads. So I'm just going to move back so that I can grab my guitar. And yeah, so this one's going to be like, wow, it looks like we're going really high contrast with the camera now that I've moved backwards. Okay, let me click on this. There's probably going to be an advert, so let me mute that, play that, and it is one that we can skip, which is good. And let me just stop this, because this is from Marcello Donati on YouTube, and it's called Slow Rock Ballad Prog Backing Track in B minor. So, and B minor is just in brackets, it doesn't say in B minor, but that's what that means. So if you're not yet, jump on this YouTube channel, Marcello Donati, Donati, and Marcello is Marcelo. Right, this is always going to be a little bit hit and miss with the levels, but hopefully you'll be able to hear my guitar. Yeah, it is plugged in and I can hear it, which is good. I always have to kind of adjust the backing to make sure that I can hear the guitar and the backing at the same time. But let's have a listen. Okay, I can hear it, which is fine. Let me know if you can in the live chat room. Okay, so we went over to a little bit of D there. probably going to end soon. Still going. And there we have it. Yeah, 2.5 minutes for that one. So that was that. Maybe, what's the time? 12 minutes past 1. I'm not sure if we've got time for another one. So we'll go back and you might have a, let's just have a click on this. Oh, this is going to Bandcamp. So we've got 80s hard rock guitar backing track, B minor. Okay, in B minor again, which is nice. And this is 80s hard rock. Let me have a little look down here. And it's 360-degree backing tracks is what we're looking at. And it's Nick Neblo. So Nick, N-I-C-K, Neblo or Neblo, neblo.bandcamp.com. So you can go and check this out. Let me have a little go across, make sure that everything is okay there. Right, so we'll have a, I'm not sure how long, oh, it says 6 minutes. So, right, last chance to get your names on next week's Pick Roulette Wheel. Type I agree, tag Carla Murray in your comment. And, I mean, let's jump into this. I can see that there has been a donation as well. So, Karen has donated £10. Thank you for that, Karen, in the messages. Do you do Zooms? And I don't do Zooms at the moment. I just do the live streams. Yeah, finding the time to do everything just as it is very difficult. So the live streams are always going to be on Tuesdays and Saturdays, 12 midnight Greenwich Mean Time, but no Zoom things, calls, or anything like that at the moment. It's just, yeah, not something that I have time to organise or a designated evening to do at the moment. But thank you, Karen, for that donation. And I mean, I am over on Patreon, so people message me directly there if there's something that they want to ask me or, yeah, want to chat to me. That's over on patreon.com/Wings of Pegasus. But I'm going to click on play here and we're going to jump into this, see what's going on. Okay. 80s hard rock. If I can get away with that. A little bit of a breakdown here. I need like loads of delay and stuff for that kind of a bend. thought the backing track changed. Breakdown. I think I'm going a bit flat with all the bending. We're getting quite close to the end. Oh, and there we have it. And stop. Okay, there. So, I thought halfway through, this is the problem sometimes when I'm playing over the backing track, my guitar's a little bit louder. It's hard sometimes to hear because with backing tracks that you don't know and you haven't listened to before, you're always waiting for like a key change or something to throw you off, and I thought I heard it change, so I kind of started to think, oh, what's happened? But no, it was just my imagination, which actually that happens quite a lot live, where you can be playing and it sounds like your guitar's kind of out of tune. But it's just kind of the sound waves hitting the room or hitting walls in a funny place. And when you then watch a video back, if somebody's kind of recorded it in the crowd of you playing, it's all perfectly in tune at the front of house. But then when you're on stage live, it sounds like you're flat and you're out of tune. Anyway, yeah, funny things that happen with sound waves and everything. But maybe we just about got away with that. I don't know. But yeah, definitely cool to get into a little bit of hard rock. And I mean, maybe I should have had the gem for that particular backing track because yeah, this is a guitar that's very much kind of single coil. Trying to get the distortion and sustain on there is always going to be a little bit difficult. But anyway, that was that. I hope that you guys have entered in for next week's pick roulette, and you've typed I agree, tagged Carla Murray in your post, or in your comment. So we will be having that next week. We will be calling things to a close. I'm just making sure we are up to date with everything, and we are. So thank you guys for joining me tonight. I'm going to be here with another video tomorrow night, so look out for that one. And of course, live streaming again on Tuesday night. Huge shout out to the moderators for doing such a fantastic job during these live streams. Thank you guys for tuning in, for commenting, for introducing yourself, hitting the thumbs up as well, and subscribing. 290,000 subscribers is just a crazy number, so thank you guys so much for all of your support, and we'll keep on pushing forward on the channel, see where we end up. And as I always say, try to stay as safe and as sane as possible in this crazy world in which we live in. Have a great rest of your weekend, and I'll catch you guys. Really not that serious. Thank you for that $5 donation right at the end. Thank you for that. It's a cat, I think, saying bravo. So thank you for that donation and the message. But like I was about to say, have a great rest of your weekend, and I'll catch you guys at the next one. Rock!